Good evening, everyone. Hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm really excited. Welcome to KAMDI Candid Conversations one more time. We are blessed to have another wonderful conversation tonight featuring our new independent artist spotlight. And I'm going to hold that note just for a minute. We have a few people join us before I give the official welcome to our guests. So, for those of you that are joining us on Facebook, Fans of Unsung page, or the KAMDI group page, or Karen's page, please make sure you click on the link so we can see your name. Give StreamYard access so we can see your name in the comments and let us know you're here. Please say hello to Karen. And let me go ahead and officially welcome you since I keep calling your name. It is my pleasure to welcome new and independent artist, Miss Karen Linette. Yay! Welcome, Karen. I'm so excited to have you. My partner in crime on the Fans of Unsung page, my fellow moderator. So welcome to this platform where we get to learn a little about you, more about you. A lot of people don't know about you on the page. There's over 43,000 people on that page, but they don't really know Karen. They just see what Karen does on the page. So they're going to learn a little bit about Karen this evening, which is really exciting. So thank you for joining us, Karen.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yes, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. So let's go ahead. We've got 30 minutes of your time, and I thank you for sharing your time with us this evening. But I want to dive right in because there's not a lot of time. But I want everyone, hi, John Cunningham. And if you have a question, please post them in the comment section. I'll be happy to ask Karen. Let's start at the beginning, Karen, which I always do. Let's tell people, and for those that may not know, Karen is a very accomplished and beautiful, that voice is awesome, singer, songwriter. Are you a musician? I don't know if you play anything or not.
I'm a pseudo musician. I play a little bit.
Okay. That's not your claim to fame? Okay.
Not my claim to fame.
Well, I know that your voice truly is, so that's okay if you can't play anything.
This is my instrument right here.
That's right. That's right. So tell us how this all started for you. Take us back to this music journey and how it began. Where did your interest come from? How it all started?
Being a music lover my entire life, coming up in a house full of music. Both my parents loved soul music. And so again, grew up with the greats, the absolute greats, the timeless artists. And so as a kid, you either learn to love or appreciate that style of music. And I learned to love it. So, and that would mean sitting with my dad's records and with blank cassettes and making cassette tapes. And I didn't actually officially start singing though until sophomore year of high school. So I'm a bit of a late bloomer in a sense.
Okay.
I don't have the typical kid in the church story, but
okay.
Started in choir in sophomore year of high school, and then from there with concert choir, gospel show choir, and then all the way through the end of high school year. And my first major performance of doing the national anthem at our commencement in front of thousands. So
wow.
Yeah, that was quite the experience. And then from there, sometime down the road, doing little things here and there. And then late 90s working with my brother who's a musician and working with his band and then other bands throughout the Washington metropolitan area. So there you go. That's the history.
All right. So tell me, who was playing in your house? Who influenced you? And tell me, what were you hearing during that time?
So my mom loves Bobby Womack, Marvin Gaye, Al Green, Aretha, Johnny Taylor. She loved, so many. She loved Patty. And my father loved all of those too. And then he also is a huge fan of the Temptations, James Brown, Barry White, Isaac Hayes.
Okay.
All the good funk and soul. And then my brother, so like I said, who's older than I, and we going to a diverse high school, then he started playing jazz. So he turned me on to some jazz artists and reggae and rock. So
okay. You got a little potpourri mix going on there, sounds like.
Potpourri of music. Yeah, the collection is vast across genres.
All right. Well, I love it. I'm going to just read some of the comments we got going on. Most people are just saying hello. Luther's here. Hey, Luther. Leander Palmer. Hello, everyone. Eric Haley. Hello, ladies. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Alex
Hello.
Alexander. We're glad you're joining us too.
Hello.
Luther loves and adores you.
Who's that? Who love and adore me?
Luther, of
Hey,
course.
Luther.
Yes, we love Luther too.
We
All
love
right.
Luther.
Yeah. So again, if you all have questions, please feel free to post them. I know Luther said we are competing with Gladys and Patty tonight.
It's at 8 o'clock, so we
It's
got
at
time.
So I was just going to say, I think we're on before them, so we're not
We're
competing
good.
with
Yeah,
anybody.
we're good. They don't come on till 8 o'clock.
You all can tune in later. Right now, we got you.
That's right.
So, uh, okay, so it started in high school. Sounds like. Did it scare you to get on stage? You mentioned in front of 1,000 people that first time.
Oh God, yes. So hitting the national anthem at the commencement, my high school graduation commencement in front of thousands of
Mm.
people was something else. I mean, when you hit the high notes and I hate to be a little crass here, vibration happening here. But but to top it off, my great grandmother, God rest her soul, got the Holy Ghost in the Kennedy Center and started hollering as you know, an old Southern black woman would. And it kind of scared the other folks because they didn't know what was going on. And the black people understood, but
Were you singing the national anthem?
yeah, after I finished, she got the Holy Ghost and started hollering, and so the black people knew what was going on. It was everybody else that was a little confused.
Oh, that is funny. Her grandbaby was singing and she was touched by it.
Yeah, she was gonna start running in there. If she was able to get out of the aisle, then you know she happened to be in the middle. She just started hollering and praise the Lord. So,
and what did you think about that, Karen?
it was so much going on. I couldn't hear her actually. It was not until I could hear these faint hollers in the back of the auditorium. And then we were able to secure it on videotape. So I'm gonna get a copy of that and I'm gonna share it to Facebook.
You should. I would love to see it. And you have to put it on this page. We say this was part of our interview as a follow-up. So
yeah, I gotta put it on Facebook.
That's pretty good. Oh, that's funny. Okay, thank you for sharing that story. That's a classic moment right there, went down in history. And then after that, did you start? You said you started singing after that, right? So did you have your own band, or tell us how this all formulated for you? How this carried on?
My brother has a band called Wildflower, and so I joined that band, and we were doing local clubs and things of that nature, just around town in the Washington D.C. area. And then I joined another band, Soundproof, for those who outside of some call it the DMV, if you will. So those outside of the DMV, there's a genre of music called go-go, if you're not familiar with it. And so Soundproof was doing R&B go-go as well. So then kind of getting along in that scene as well. I know a lot of people are familiar with Chuck Brown, the godfather of go-go.
Yes.
Well, they're not well versed on the whole genre of music. So
your area is really the area for that. Some people aren't familiar, but I love go-go music.
Oh, yeah.
And if they don't know Chuck Brown, they probably know Doing the Butt.
Shout out to my dear friend Sugar Bear of EU and Doing the Butt. Everybody knows that's universal.
Right. So, that introduced it for a lot of people, I think.
It did.
Although it was very late. I mean, go-go had been around for quite some time, but that song, I think, since it went national, that was a big hit and that introduced it. And some people may not know what you're talking about. You said in the DMV area.
Mm-hmm. DC, Maryland, Virginia, not the motor vehicles in which you'd go take it.
Right. I needed you to clarify that. Yeah. I knew what it meant, but people that aren't in that area, I'm from Ohio. I mean, I know what it means, but I wasn't familiar at first.
Yeah.
So we want to
some call it the DMV. It looked the actual Washingtonians. It's annoying because it's like that. That's not the DMV. We're DC. You're Maryland. You're Virginia.
Okay. But
okay.
There y'all go. Okay.
But when you encompass all of them, people call it the DMV sometimes.
Yes, I got it.
But go-go is a subgenre. Go-go kind of spawned a little bit off of funk a little bit. Because a lot of the bands in the early days did kind of start out as funk bands. So funk transitioning into go-go with a little bit of Latin rhythm. So Chuck introduced all of that into the genre again and formulated what is now called go-go.
Yes. Thank you for that music history, which you do so well. Yes, you do. We'll talk about that in a little while. Okay. So you've been singing with local bands. So, but you also have done some background vocals. Tell us how all that got started for you and who you have sung with.
Ooh wee. Well, have had some amazing opportunities to work with some really incredible people. Through some with my brother's band Wildflower and some with other connects. And
Mm-hmm.
so I've been blessed to share the stage with an amalgam of great talent, such as uh, Gene Carn, Michael
Mm,
Henderson, Tom Brown, Mickey Howard, Dexter
mm,
Lonzell, Miles J. Case. I think he's unsung alum.
mm-hmm.
RL of the group Next. Anthony David. Let's see who else. There's been a ton of people. Sybil. There's been a ton of people that I've been able to
Yes,
share a stage with or work with, and my girl Cece Peniston, of course.
yes.
So just a lot of amazing, amazing people, and
That
just
is
it's
amazing.
really yeah.
That's awesome. So, can you share any fun or funny stories or memorable moments that you might have that you want to share with us?
You know what? It's just amazing where I'll tell you, it's always a surreal feeling when you grew up listening to these artists and it's
Hmm.
like you admire them so much for their work and to actually then be on a stage with them. I'm like, are you serious right now? So Michael Henderson is one example where I'm such an uber fan of his. And when
Mr.
he came
Wide,
into, huh?
Mr. Wide Receiver.
Oh, Mr. Wide Receiver. I tell you, when we did the show together after the rehearsal, he was going back to his hotel. He was going to catch an Uber. I said, well, I'll take you to the hotel. Now, it was out of my way, but why would I pass up this opportunity to not
Yeah,
drive Michael Henderson back to
yeah.
his hotel?
No
So
quality time. Yeah.
we go to DC, and Michael Henderson and I stopped at a Wawa to get something. He wanted to take some snacks back to his hotel room. And it was astounding to me that Michael Henderson is standing in a Wawa and people don't know who he is.
And for those that don't know, because we don't have Wawas in Atlanta, it's like the gas station store, or
The
there's a
gas
little
station
convenience
store.
store.
Okay, so yeah, gas station stores. In other areas, you have what Royal Farms or Rudders or things like that. The
Hmm.
gas station stores. So we're standing in the Wawa, and people don't know who this man is. And I'm standing up here like I'm standing next to a legend, and no one in this the people in the store are completely oblivious to who this man is. I'm like, do
Hmm.
y'all know who this man is? That's what I wanted to yell out.
Yes.
And in the car, I had some of his CDs because I said, let me, make sure I got everything covered for my part of the show.
Right.
I
Right.
said, I said, Michael, do you want to hear yourself? And he was like, no, I'd much rather hear you. So he and I talked the entire way.
Very nice.
Yeah, he's a really awesome guy. And so we're in my car riding and I'm driving him to a hotel. Like I said, we're getting sandwiches. He bought me a sandwich. And it's like, but the thing is, people don't know who this man is. Like, do you know who
Yes.
this man
No, they
is?
don't. Yeah,
And
isn't that something? That's a great story, though. Thank you for sharing that. That says a lot about him as well, his
oh,
personality, and yeah.
oh yeah. But me being able to be on the stage with him, so I had to, of course, cover all of the duets that he did. So I did Phyllis
Oh,
Hyman, Roberta Flack, and Gene Carn duets that he performed in the show. Amazing.
oh man, and I've heard you do some Phyllis Hyman stuff, girlfriend. You got it going on. I
Thank you.
mean, you have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
I'm when we leave here today, right before we leave, I'm going to ask you if you want to share that voice a little bit, and this because people haven't heard you. It's up to you, but I'm gonna
Okay.
just carry on for now. And speaking, and speaking of music, look at that. I'm going to change the view here. If you all can see, are some people may just be listening, but if you're looking, um, man, there are like 3,000 CDs. I think Karen told me behind her on the shelf. True music lover.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of CDs, ma'am.
Yeah. It's a lot to maintain, I tell you.
Yes, you got dust a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
So, Karen, let's switch gears just a little bit, still in the music format, but you are one of the moderators of the Fans of Unsung page. For those of you who are not familiar, please make sure you join the Fans of Unsung page. That's the page that basically this show is broadcast on, amongst some other ones, but it's the base of it, and it's just for people who love good music. How did you become a part of it, Karen? And
Well,
Luther is
I
asking.
know I joined the page as a fan initially, and I think getting to look at the forum and see what was going on here, and I think I ended up Luther and I ended up having a conversation, and I think I expressed my interest to him about joining the forum as a moderator, and he thought that was a good idea, and so the rest is history. Been doing it for the past couple of years now. Between that and then us opening up the unsung fans of Hollywood.
Hollywood, yes.
Yeah.
And so, for those that are on the page, know you are a wealth of music knowledge. I mean, music history, music knowledge. I love it about you. How do you, because you got to, if you're not on our page, please join and you'll see what I'm talking about. Karen posts so many good music nuggets and history about artists. Tell us about that, your interest and how much your love of music, and because it's truly a passion for you.
Yes, yes, it is truly a passion for me, not only just performing it, but again, those music stories, those that history. Like I said,
Mhm.
you know, talking with Michael about his backstory. I spent some time with Howard Hewitt, and he was telling me his story prior to joining Shalimar. And
Mhm.
I'm like, and this was before he did an unsung. And I said, Howard, you need an unsung. I've
Mhm.
had conversation with Jean Carn in her dressing room about her journey. Can I share some nuggets with you about her?
Absolutely, please, whatever you would like to.
Yeah, I mean, I said, Miss Jean, you need an unsung. I call her Miss Jean. Miss
Mhm.
Jean, for the unsung tears and people who don't know her history, she performed on some early Earth, Wind, and Fire music. She's on George Duke's "Reach for It."
Mm.
Here's an amazing nugget, and I hope she won't get me for this, but she was Michael Jackson's voice coach as he was transitioning out of puberty
Mhm.
and his voice was changing. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me that you are voice coach to the king of pop?
Mm.
That's an
Mhm.
amazing, amazing story. So for me, those type things fuel my motivation
Yes.
to keep this thing going. Not only that, because um, there's just a lot of things that our unsung tears just honestly probably are not aware of. And so, and the thing is, if I can be honest, it's just that we as a people sometimes will tend to forget about our legacy artists. We'll kind of
Mhm.
put them on in the box, in the closet, in the back of the closet, and
Right.
we'll forget about them. And I just don't see that in rock and other genres of music where you
Mm.
have the legacy artists who can still sell out arenas today, but some of our urban legacy artists
Right.
cannot pack a room by themselves. They'll have to put a couple of artists on the bill in order to sell the show. And I'm like, why is that? Why do we toss our own away? So that again is my motivation for consistently posting content about legacy artists because I personally cannot let you forget. And
I
again,
love
too,
that.
lots of people will say, "Oh, I didn't know that," or
Right.
you know, never heard of this person. I'll get comments on the page from Unsung Tears saying, "Oh, well, thanks. I never heard of that person before.
Yes.
But I'm
I,
going to go look it up."
I mean, you've got me with a few. I got to admit.
Yeah,
You know,
that's the goal. That's
but
the goal.
it's great information, and I think you just live it and drink it. It's just natural for you, and you just post birthdays and anniversaries and death anniversaries just to honor those artists, and we appreciate you doing that, Karen. It's
Thank you. We got
yeah,
to keep it going because again, I'm an artist. I don't want to be forgotten about because you don't see me on the chart trending anymore. But our minds are so fly by night, and whatever's presented in front of us is what we're going with. When it's like,
yes.
no, we got to,
Yes,
stay
I agree. And that's why
humble.
a lot of artists they find more love performing and traveling internationally because other countries give them the love.
They unfortunately they do. If you go to Europe and Asia, like what is it? Alexander O'Neal still over there killing it every night.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
like, but bring him here, and it's going to be a challenge to pack a stadium with just him on the bill. You're going to need to put a couple of artists with him in order to sell the show.
exactly.
But where are the fans? Come on now.
Yes, and that's part of what this forum is about too, the fans of Unsung page. So we appreciate
Exactly.
Luther for his vision in that. Luther
Yeah.
is saying, and I agree with him, he's humbled and honored to have you as one of our moderators on the fans of Unsung page.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here, Luther.
Yes. Um, he also stated, did you know Jermaine Stewart was competing with Howard Hewitt as lead vocalist for the group Shalimar?
See, there you go. See, how many people know that information?
I don't know if I knew that or not. I may have known it and forgot. Even if we know it and we may forget, it's nice to hear it again, because sometimes we've read it a long time ago and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. It's nice to refresh our memory again.
Well, that too. And plus, there was a lead singer prior to Howard Hewitt joining the group.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So that's another thing that he appeared on one of the singles in the early formation of the group, and then Howard came along, and then the group kind of took off from there.
Right. And Shalimar performs a lot internationally as well. Shalimar the group does a whole lot. They stay gone out of this country.
Oh yeah.
Before COVID hit, anyway. But
yeah.
Here's a good question for you from one of the fans.
Okay.
Who does Karen listen to currently? I don't have your name. You have to hit StreamYard because I don't know who's actually asking that. But the question is, who do you listen to right now?
Oh gosh, I stay listening to the classic oldies or whatever. It's kind of a mix for me, and even though this is out of my age bracket, I respect music of all genres and all eras. And you know what? Fun fact, Karen. Fun fact: I like trap music. So
wow,
I love trap music. I mean, yes, it's a generation under me, but I actually appreciate it all, even though a lot of I came up in the era of real rap in the 80s, but I appreciate it all is what I say. I'm not gonna dump on that. But right now, who am I listening to? So I guess lately I've been listening to some more contemporary artists too that I have found on a couple of shows. And then lately, what has it been? What was I bumping today? Gosh, the name skips me because they're newer artists. I'll come back to it. But for the most part, I'm a Uber Mini Ripperton fan. Leon Ware. I could talk about Leon Ware all day, which a lot of people don't know who he is. Yeah.
Okay, great. And by the way, that was Terry Rogers that asked the question. Terry is my buddy from high school. I didn't know it was her. Thanks for joining us, Terry. It was a nice surprise. I didn't know that was her. Okay. Okay, so Karen, tell us about what you're doing now. And I know you got some new projects. I want you to share. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I did my EP called Upside of Life. That's 6 songs, 6 fantastic songs. So the title cut, Upside of Life, features Najee. I know you guys know who Najee is, the saxophonist / flautist. Yes.
I love Najee.
Oh gosh, yes. And I worked with an amazing producer, Chris Big Dog Davis. So
yes,
stuff out there too. Yeah, Big Dog has produced for Mesa and Phil Perry, and the list goes on. So I've been blessed to work with him, and
he actually did Glenn's last one.
Yeah, yeah. We were able to get him. We were able to get Najee on it and do it, and then so there you go. And it's gotten a lot of love. So I got that. I've got 5 other tracks on there, including I did a cover of Stevie Wonder's "Another Star."
Yes, I posted that.
Thank you.
Yes, last time around. So we had to start posting those again. That was a beautiful rendition of that.
Thank you. I listen. If somebody knows Stevie, get it over to him.
That's right. You never know. He might be watching and listening, so he can hear it.
There you go. So Another Star, and then let's see what else. And right now, I'm in the process of wrapping up a single that I recorded as a duet with Eric Roberson. So yeah, okay. Eric wrote a beautiful duet, and I'm actually, like I said, in the process of getting that wrapped up so that way we can get it out to the public. So I'm super excited about that.
You got some heavy hitters going on there, Karen.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's truly a blessing, I tell you.
That is wonderful. And let me mention this because Luther has mentioned it several times that you have done some work with Mesa.
Yes. Well, Mesa and I, of course, we both work with Big Dog, and then Mesa invited me to her kitchen karaoke.
Nice.
So it was a whole lot of fun, and then she's a good cook too. So.
So that was fun too, I guess, right?
Well, I made sure I got a plate, So yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Good
So y'all
food.
be sure to tune into Mace's Kitchen Karaoke and check that out whenever you can. And then, like I said, she's also a great cook and just a beautiful spirit overall. So I got to check
Wonderful.
something out with her at her house. Yeah.
Well, I have to tell everybody we're almost out of time, believe it or not. But your voice
Oh.
is amazing. I want everyone to hear it. Hint, hint, Karen. So let me look, make sure I didn't miss um, any questions. Karen, did you ever hear of Patty and the Love Lights? My Conscience.
That is vaguely familiar to me. The name Love Lights is familiar to me. I worked in a music store for 19 years in an oldies record shop.
Oh,
So
wow.
that name is familiar to me.
Okay.
I'd have to dig that up. I'd
You
have
have
to
to
dig
look
that
that
up.
one up. Somebody didn't stumped you. Watch out now.
Yes, it happens. I'm not perfect.
Excuse me. What has been the biggest challenge for you and what bothers you regarding this industry? That's from Luther.
All right. The biggest challenge is getting the music heard.
Mm.
If I could be completely frank, it's like the challenge in getting the music, getting the word out. Because again, what we don't always take into consideration is that word of mouth is the biggest form
Mm-hmm.
of promotion. So getting the word of mouth out. So basically, everybody what had the situation of started from the bottom. Now we're here. So the thing is, there was a time where you didn't know who Beyonce was,
Right.
but somebody told somebody who told somebody who told somebody who told somebody, and that's all that us independent artists look for. Is just to, if it's in your spirit to do so, please spread the word. Please share my music. Please tell somebody, check out this crazy girl over here. Check out that
Yeah.
music or whatever. But we're quick to share something that's more popular because we're familiar with it. So a lot of people, it's the familiarity with things. But the thing is, if I find something good, I'll share
Mhm.
it if it's in my
Right.
spirit to do so. So that's all. Word of mouth is what we independent artists truly seek and need.
Yes.
Yeah.
And hopefully this platform will help with that and supporting you
Yeah.
and other independent artists and our legends, artists who are still performing and still need that support. Uh,
Yes.
that's what we're here for.
Yes.
There is a question. Whoever, I don't know if this is Terry or someone else. How can I tell my mom and dad? I'm not sure what you're referring to, so you have to tell us. It says, "How can I tell my mom and dad?" Something that apparently we might have been talking about. So if you want to elaborate on it before we leave, we can try and answer that.
I think that's the name of a song. It's part of a song. How can I tell my mom and
Oh, is
dad?
that part of the song? See, I have no
Yeah,
idea.
yeah, probably. I think it's one of those 60s or 70s cuts, soul cuts. How can I tell my mom and dad?
Oh,
Yeah,
well, we need to, I guess, research that one too, because
yeah.
I thought they wanted us to tell their mom and dad something. So thank you, Karen.
I don't know if they really do want me to tell their mom and daddy. And I mean, if you want me to, I could, but I mean,
That's funny.
we'll do some research and go back and comment in the comments.
Yes, that'll be good because I'm curious about that one too.
Yeah, I think that's the name. I think that's a lyric in a song, if I'm
Okay,
not mistaken. Yeah.
very good. I'm glad you got that. Um,
I'm
so
used to that.
before we, oh, maybe that was the Patty and the Love Lights. Oh, that's what they're saying, right? It was
Oh,
Patty and the
okay. The
Love
Love
Lights. That
Lights
was the
did a
song.
song.
Okay,
Okay, how can I tell my
thank
mom and dad
you.
the Love Lights? Thank you.
We got
Research
it.
done. Research done.
So tell us before we leave and before I ask you to sing a song or at least
Mhm,
a line, tell us
mhm.
where we can find your singles, where we can follow you. I want everybody to support you. So tell us where we go from here.
Thank you so much. I have a website. It's called KarenLynette.com. So www.KarenLynette.com. It's Karen, and then Lynette is with an I, not a Y as typically spelled. So Linette. So KarenLynette.com is my website. You can also find me again right there on the Fans of Unsung Forum, but also my personal page is Karen Linette. My artist page is Karen Linette, the singer on Facebook. And then you can also jump over to Instagram where it's Karen Linette Official.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm even down to the Twitter. Even though I don't understand Twitter, I'm still getting tutorials on that. But you can go to Official Linette on Twitter. Uh, I don't really fool with Snapchat, but I got pictures there too. But anywho,
Okay.
so across all digital outlets, the music, the CD is called Upside of Life. And
Yes.
like I said, you can go onto my website and listen to snippets of that. And I would love it if you could purchase, download, and more importantly, share.
Yes. Please share, everybody.
Please share.
And you please like the KAMDI group, who sponsors, of course, this forum, this show. And join the Fans of Unsung page. Great content, great things going on. And you can watch this again and see it on my YouTube channel as well, which is Tanya Hawley / the KAMDI group. So please support our artists, support this forum, this show. We appreciate everybody. Karen, you want to take us out with something?
Nah! Let me see one second. Hold on.
Uh-oh, she's going to do something, guys.
Well, I had to go pull the CD so I can see. That's what it looks like.
Oh, very good. Very
There
nice.
you go. Let's see. Uh, okay. So one of the nice slow jam cuts is called "Let Me Know."
I actually
Let's
have
see. I'll sing "Let Me Know." That's a great one too.
just
Nice
a few
jam.
lines. That'll be awesome. Thank you, Karen.
For the lovers. For the lovers. Okay. While you're playing and hiding, is there someone that you're really feeling? Late night hours waiting for you. I can't believe the things you put me through, baby. 'Cause I've got so much to give, baby. To you, to you. Come on. And is this what you're looking for? So tell me what you're gonna do. 'Cause I'm so in love with you.
You better sing, girl.
I'm not even warmed up.
Oh no, you sound great. I just wanted you to tease everybody. So now you guys go get that CD, support her, follow her. Karen, thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's been a pleasure as usual. Thanks for all you do for the Fans of Unsung page, and come back and see us again, okay?
Will do. Thank you so much for everything you do. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Karen. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you next week, same time. Bye-bye.